case product, I say unit sold, rate. It's a normal case. I say product is, let it be, I'll go for the course name, say Python, Excel, and let's say Tableau, Power BI. Rather than product, I say course. I'll say unit, I'll take some small numbers. Rate, I say let it be 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, and I'll say 3,500, 1,350. So for if I'm looking for the summation of the say multiplication of these two values, I can go for multiplications. For that purpose, let me put a heading first. So while making calculation, we have to make sure that our calculation start with equal to. Then select the values and enter the operator, or you can say sign, symbol, mathematical symbol. Some division and other things are there. For multiplication, we are using asterisk. So once you press enter, the calculation would be done. You do have option of implementing this calculation. You can drag this. If you want the same calculation to be followed for all rows, you can drag the informations, drag the formula, and this formula will get implemented in other cases. So even though if you double click on this cell, you will be able to see the formula part. And then you can press the escape key to back to the normal. Then again escape. Depending on your case, you can take a call whether this is good to go. But here we have to need to understand two things there. There are two types of formulation available in Excel. One is the relative formulation, one is absolute formulation. Relative formulation is like that once you drag this, both the numbers will get changed. Means currently we are having on B2 and C2 because of this row. So if I go here, I'll be getting B4 and C4, which means I'm changing the row number while dragging, keeping the column same. So it means we are changing these numbers B and C4 based on the drag of row. If you have any formula which need to be at a specific location, which will not be dragged in parallel to rows. So let's take an example. Having one text column, I'll take it as 18%. I want this text amount to be calculated based on this percentage. So in that case, I'll do like this. So if I keep it as it is D2 into G1, which means we are asking Excel to calculate 5,000 into 18%. I'll be getting this information. So if I drag it, so while we are dragging, it will go for relative referencing. Relative means we'll try to get the row number change. D4, G3, and even D5, G4. So because these values are not available, that's why it's going 0. I want this relative referencing should not be there. Then in that case, I can freeze this information by putting asterisk sign. This dollar sign. So putting this dollar sign, I'm keeping my cell freeze. So I say I'm freezing the column, even the row. Now both the things has been freezed. If I press enter and now drag. So in that case, you see this D3 has been changed from D2, but this information is not being changed. Take here, D3 isn't changed in D4, but this information is as it is. So whenever you say this, we are looking for to change the information, then you have to take a call. So we are having say formula values, say with the relative referencing. Formula will be changed on change on rows. In the case of absolute referencing, portion of the formula can be freeze to keep the reference point fixed. For that, we are prefixing $sign with column name and $sign with row number. For example, to freeze G1, I should write like this, $G1. So this will help me to freeze G column with first row. So I'll be referring always, even though I'm drawing my formula in the subsequent rows, but this position will be get freezed. That's a formula.